Hello, my name is Sremac-Saari, and I am currently recording a video for homework 4 for ENME435. So, as you can see here, I currently have my file opened, and this is the file that will do lane tracking for both of the test videos where there's a car driving down the highway. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first uncomment this first test video, just to demonstrate that it works. And then I am going to uncomment the second one. And from there, I will show you both of them functioning. Forgive the poor recording quality. I am currently in the middle of a performance, and this is the only time I had today to do this recording. So, all right. Oh, wait, that's the wrong code. So as you can see here on the left, the lanes are properly being recorded by the code. We have the left lane marked in red and the right lane marked in green. And what the code is basically doing is it is first taking the original video frame by frame using the read function, and then the camera frame function that I made up here. And then it is going through each of the functions we made during class, which would be the snip function, masks function, thresholding function, then blurring, edging, graphing the line images using the whole lines function. And then what I have is I have these three other functions which are somewhat similar to what was given to us in the lane detection.py file, but I've made some slight tweaks so that it functions a little bit better. So just to clarify, both of these functions, the left and right lane, are identical to each other, but the reason I have both is just to make it so that if I do need to make adjustments to some of the lanes, I have two separate functions in which I can change them. Because let's say one of the lane lines was off by a little and I needed to tweak a value, I could then go into the left lane one instead of just modifying the entire function as a whole, and then I could simply just, make the adjustments necessary. And then from there, it'll take both of those functions and use this final plotting function to then finish the code and plot both lines on there. And that is shown here in this loop that I made. Now first, obviously, I start by initializing some values here. So you can see a bunch of initialized values for certain coordinates that will be later plugged in to give the coordinates for graphing each of these lines. But from here, we have an infinite loop that will count up from here, and then we'll use our grab frame function to take an image from the camera. And as we go along, this counter will be going through each of the frames and then continuing with each image. And then from there, it will follow all of the functions that we previously made, and then it will take the values that we got from the line image functions and then put them into these values I have here, one of them being rho for the left and theta for the left, one of them being rho for the right, theta for the right. From there, we take an average of each of these using the mean function, which I made in the code up here. It's basically just the mean, where is it? It's basically just using the numpy mean function right there. The median function's there as well, but I didn't end up using that. I decided to go with the mean function. And then from there, we get an average value, and we do a little testing here. Depending on the value that we get for the thetas, we can then plot it as either a left or a right lane, then put it all together into the final plot. And this right here is a little piece of code that I got from the other one that allows me to press the Q key and cancel the function. So from here, I'm going to now run the second line of code for the last 30 seconds, just to show that it also works for the second video as well. So let me comment out this line. Sorry for the quality, by the way, I'm using my phone to record this, but now it should do the other test video. So let's see. And it's a little bumpy as it gets into it, but there we go. It's recording the lane lines. It's doing a good job of keeping them pretty much right where we need them. And that's that. Thank you very much. Goodbye.